All right, folks, here we are back with the Airport with Airplane by LEGO City. This is set number 60502, contains 887 pieces, retails for $99.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And this is a build-together set. Up to 4 people can construct this. And that is what we're going to be doing today is booklet 2. And today is the 10th of January 2025. So yeah, I filmed this in this part here on the same day. And remember in the last installment we did bags 1 and 2 and 3 in this installment. Bag 1 did this, and bags 2 and 3 did the airplane. Now, it says it can go up to 4 people, but I think possibly more. So I'm going to say that this one right here, I would divide this up into books. Shouldn't be too bad. So today it looks like we're doing this. We have not touched the stickers yet. And the set does come with a brick separator. So right now it's pretty good. We did find a scuff on this piece. So I got to remember to knock that down to a 9. So I'm going hardcore on it, and I see more glass pieces. So I have a feeling this one's going to dip down even lower. And I'm really hoping that's not. So in today's installment, we're going to be focusing on bags 4, 5, and 6. Or maybe bags 4 and 5. I think it might be just 4 and 5. Let me take a look here real quick before I get too excited here. I'm just checking booklet 3. Yeah, so we're going to be doing bags 4 and 5 today, just for my index. And yeah, I am pretty pleased with the set. It's just your typical garden variety, black and white and blue airport. I'm not too thrilled with the colors of this one. It just seems kind of washed today. Well, yeah, that's just how it is. All right, bag 4. Let's build it. Yep, I bet you that's probably scratched. And we got a lot of little bags in here too, so we're going to be in for a workout today. Pull those out there. Let's take a look at how badly damaged this stuff is, shall we? That's always fun. I always bring it off camera to make sure. Well, I thought this one was not bad, but as you can probably see there, yeah, you can see right there, and there's some pits. Okay, now it's already down to an 8. Let's see here. I thought that was dust. No, it's not dust. Jay, you're really going to hit this hardcore. Yep, I'm not playing games, and I'm going to show you. Lego, this is getting to be nonsense. I may just start, anytime I see this, I just start giving everything a flat-out 0 and just be done with it. Now, bricks like this I don't care about. It's usually window pieces I do. We have a lot of windows in here, but I don't see any more pieces. I hope I opened the right bag, but I know I did. We opened up bag 4. Okay, making sure. Maybe we haven't, because we haven't opened these up yet. The glass pieces should be in their own bin. You know, I can't emphasize that enough. Some people say I complain too much about it, but if you're going to drop $100, I mean, you know, that would be kind of a showstopper there. And yes, I've bought in sets where the parts were coming in subpar conditions, and I've contacted LEGO and said, you know, you're going to send me some new ones. Because I didn't pay to have damaged stuff. This is back in the day. So this has been going on for a while. And yeah, we only got 4 of these, but looks like, of course, we're not done with it yet, so we're probably doing the first half of this here. So it looks like we got ourselves 2 passengers we're building. So let's get on our minifigures. We're just going to call them passenger minifigures. So the whole intent of these style of videos is to inspect them, make sure that the build's pretty good, not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. I forgot to put that thing around his neck. So, yeah. We'll take a closer look at everything in a bit. But for the most part, though, that's how I do the reviews. Some people watch other YouTubers. They heavily script these and they make them perfect. I don't. And you know, if you're watching this just to see how the build goes, you are in the right place. But I talk a lot in these. This is not a speed build, so. Okay, we got our plane. So it's a plane ticket. And don't worry, we're going to take a closer look at everything here in a bit. Let me put this right here. So let's see here. He's got a bunch of stuff. We're not even done with the first minifigure yet. I'm not a fan of minifigures. I'd rather do the big stuff. Not spend half a day trying to decorate these little dolls. That's how my hair is right now. So here we have this guy right here. Everything's printed there, not too bad, huh? I like this thing here too. Maybe that's the ticket, we don't know. Or maybe it's his collar, so if he gets lost, his wife will be able to find him. Speaking of that, that's probably who we're building next, is the wife. She's the one probably keeping him on a tight leash. Alright, let's get going here. Oh, she's blonde, obviously. I think that's it for her. Obviously, she's the queen. She's making the guy hold everything, huh? Well, he's being a gentleman. Not too bad, huh? But I think she's more of, not a wife, but I think she's like a ticket agent or a security agent. I don't know. I haven't been in an airport in years. I've been sheltered. Okay, now it looks like we're building part of the terminal here. Okay. Now we get to do the big stuff now. Let's see, my dot obviously is way up there at the top. I want it right there for the center. That's perfect. Well, we don't want it like that because I don't want to see all the stuff down there. So I'll just move it right there. That's right in the center there. Pretty good. There's a dot right there. I see it, but you can't see it because the camera filters it out. So. Oh! This one's printed. Wow! I'm sorry, I get excited. Imagine putting a sticker on that. Boy, that'd have been brutal. I guess Lego's gotten tired of hearing me complain about it. Okay, Jay, we'll make it a little easier. We won't put those, have you put those round stickers on those. Okay. But so far, though, I'm going to be honest, I'm not too thrilled with this build. I just think it's just your typical Lego City set. And yeah, I still got a bunch of friend sets. Those look fun, but what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the biggest to smallest, and if I have extra space on the memory card, then I will fill it in with some friends stuff, or whatever I can fit in there. Lately, like the last installment was almost an hour, so this comes in black, but I'm looking for a regular tile without pieces attached to it. There might be a sliding door here, because I rarely ever see these track pieces used all that much. Lots of little pieces, folks. Not that bad, though. This one's not that bad with small parts. I mean, we got our share of them, but it's not like it's like we're being saturated with small pieces. You know. Hey, that's fine by me. Oh yeah, next week my girlfriend will be working all day and my mom won't be here, so I will get the house to myself. That means that either A, I could do Lego sets, or B, sleep. I may sleep that whole day, I don't know, or maybe just enjoy it. Eat a bunch of junk food, just lounge around, do nothing, enjoy the... Can you do this for me? I got a chore for you to do. And it's like, oh no, I gotta hide. I've seen these in red a bunch of times. Well, there's that part for that. At least we found its mate. Okay. Okay, now it looks like we're going to start raising up the walls on here, and we got our first sticker coming up, which is sticker number 14. We got to put on that. It's this one right there. That 14 is easy to read because it's on a dark background. And if I can get that out, I wish this was all printed, but hey, at least with these not printed, I can use these for that grocery store mock I've been still planning on building. Okay. And then after that, well, let's get going here. Yeah, I mean, putting together Lego sets is always fun. It's something to do, and Lego made that announcement about that new intelligent smart brick that's supposed to be interactive, but what am I doing right now? I'm interacting with this product. I'm building with it. I can make things happen. So for me, I don't need to have some expensive computer-operated brick. I could do this myself. Okay, not too bad at all. I can imagine. My mind is not restrained. I can do that. And then looks like we take one of our scratch window pieces and put that in there. This may be a sliding door after all. And this sits right here, like that. Can you see that all right? Yes, you can. And then yeah, with these scratched pieces, it makes a set fill use. I may as well just bought a used bin of Lego at this point. Okay, so there's our sliding door. Well, whoops, it's not supposed to do that, huh? It's going to keep falling out. Maybe I have to use that for the earthquake detection. So if the door falls out of the track, we know we're having an earthquake. There we go. So there's the sliding door. Alright, and then let's put this right here. Let me get this moved out of the way so it's a little closer here for you. I sound tired, but I'm not. Yeah, it tells you it goes back and forth. Ooh, isn't that cool? Yeah. Okay. We're focusing right here. Yeah, I mean, if you're short-handed on parts for airplanes, yes, but I think the airport kind of stinks. I just think we're just going to get a bare bones build here. Like I said, city sets are a hit or miss. The vehicles are really good. It's the buildings that I just kind of have a problem with. I wish Lego would bring out like an advanced Lego City set, like a Lego City Expert. But of course we have modular sets, but still, that kind of thing. Now, do these get scratches? They do, but they're bricks, right? So I don't see anything wrong with these at all. So hard to say here with that. Okay, we're still working on walls. We need sticker number 12, which is this one here. Looks like something you have to go through the metal detector. So that gets shoved right here, like that. And then we stick 2 bricks on the top. Oh wow, I got more of these. I've been seeing a lot of these inverted slopes lately in modern sets. That's good for me, I can use those. Yeah, I'll be parting this one out when I'm done. Okay, looks like we're building the X-ray machine right now for the baggage. Oh wow, a dark azure 2x8 plate. That's kind of rare for me. Okay, where's it at? Did it hide it? Or did I already use that part for something else? I'm looking for a 1x4 brick. Making sure I didn't use it somewhere else. It's just set's got so lively colors. Oh, this thing was, the skeleton was hiding it from me. All these bright, lively colors. Oh, but I can use these in this color. I'll leave that up for your imagination. Yes, when I'm building tutorials, right, or I'm building mocks right now. They're essentially mocks. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. Some builds I have to postpone because parts just simply don't exist in a certain color, or it's a piece that's just new. If the pieces are new and they're not available for just anybody to purchase, I won't release that tutorial until parts become widely available. So I got a bunch of stuff that I've been kind of tinkering with, and now we're getting to that point now where I can do that. I'm just going to build this on here. So that's pretty much what I'm doing on behind the scenes right now. So sometimes just building this stuff is always fun. Just to kind of see what Lego's up to, what are they doing here, what are they using these parts for. Sometimes it's good inspiration. Lego city sets are good, like I said, for vehicles, but for other type of builds, not too much. I mean, got that silly airplane flying around again. That's one big thing about when YouTubers do videos is the airplane noise, and some of us have to deal with it. It's like, how do these guys get this stuff so quiet? At nighttime, it's easy to film. Not too bad. Okay, then we need sticker number 8. Is that ocho in Spanish? And nueve is 9? Ocho, octagon, maybe. Yeah, a lot of people don't know is that Spanish, doesn't matter if you're from Spain or Mexico, it's all Latin based. If you know your Latin, you can figure out almost any language. So yeah, you put your luggage in there and you just move this thing back and forth. I mean it's not a bad idea, because what you do, you just take this and fold it. We're going to do that right now, and you would just shove this in here like that. You would scan it through and it would just show you here. Obviously somebody's got a toothbrush or a hairbrush in there. We know what you're sneaking on the airplane now. You shouldn't be bringing your toothbrush on. We're going to do brush your teeth. And then this goes right here. Okay. And it tells you it goes back and forth too, so you can go like this. Make sure you got to doubly make sure. Okay, now it's the point we're actually going to be messing with the skeleton piece. He forgot his keys. We know you got your keys. Whoopsie, you forgot to take those out. Time for a cavity search. Whoops, this is falling apart. We always talk about what would we be doing if we didn't have Lego sets. What would happen if every Lego brick on planet Earth disappeared? What would you do? What would you be doing? I'd be doing vacuum tubes or working in my yard. What would I be doing on YouTube? I don't know. So I bet this goes here. Okay, so that's what this looks like right here. Okay, and this snaps right on that plate. well, sorry, I got to put my hands in the way. So basically, so you just stick your minifigure and you just rotate around. Okay. Okay, let's take our scratch piece. Excuse me. Put that right there. And then this goes right here. What? Oh, okay. It's like, why is that bumping into it? It shouldn't be. Alright. Okay, looks like now we're building another column support. We're almost done with this bag here too. It's just the colors are just kind of, this one's just more or less bland. And then we need sticker number 5, which is the thing for the taxi. If you got that taxi card, there you go. You got the other part to this. This set is supposed to be, it could work with another Lego jet set, but I don't have that set, so I won't be able to test it. But it's not required for this. It's not like you're missing the airplane. You have to buy that separately. But this one comes with the plane. That's always good. Now, putting this on here might be a challenge. I got to line up all these joints in this round thing. So let's hope that goes in there. If you can't get yours in like I can't, you're going to have to wiggle things in until it fits in. Just little wiggles. Don't need to go crazy on it. Oh, and there goes the luggage. Let me get that real quick. Whoopsie. Alright, I got a bunch of Lego sets here falling on me here. And then, yeah, so this is meant to just rotate. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Okay, now we're going to focus on this top part here. Get this strengthened up. Haven't done anything with that yet. Oh, we are now. Should have just held my tongue, but I didn't. Okay, get that corner piece in there. Alright, and then now we're adding more stuff here. I'm not sure what this is. Flip it over. Put these here, flip it over, and we got to get sticker number 6. Now we're hitting the stickers. This one piece here's probably got more stickers than the whole build does. Sticker number 6 is that. Yeah, I'm kind of dissatisfied with the stickers. I wish everything was printed on this. I really am. Some people say, why does it matter, Jay? Why do you care? Because the sticker sets, they just, I don't know, they feel custom. I don't feel like it's cheap. This one, with the scratch parts, this one just feels cheap. You know, it really does. And this sticks here. Well, it's supposed to stick there. Get in there. There we go. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's a ride for the kids. We don't know. Okay, now it looks like we're adding some bricks here to the top. So this one goes way up here like this. It's just a 1x16. Those are very handy for building large buildings and stuff. Whoops. Oh, Butterfingers today. Have you ever played that game, Surgeon Simulator? It's a game where it's almost impossible. You got to have really slow hands, and the guy's trying to do heart surgery on somebody in an ambulance. His hands are like this. He can't grab anything, and when he does, he drops like the heart on the floor. Or worse, if the ambulance door flies open and the heart flies out of the back. An ex-friend of mine played that. I always thought that game was hilarious. I ended up getting it, tried it out, and I was like, oh, this is just hard, you know, like I'm just like this, knocking things over and making a mess of things. I thought, well, obviously I'm not meant to be a surgeon, let alone get into any kind of medical stuff. I can't even do that. I don't think I can handle that at all. That kind of thing. I bet this goes here. It does. I always work from left to right, but they wanted me to put the pieces in the middle here. I'll show you here. I kid you not, folks. That's what they wanted me to do. Sometimes getting those pieces right in the middle, you have to fight to get them in there. And that's it for bag 4. So bag 4 pretty much does the X-ray machine and on the first floor. And that's what we have remaining there. You even get one of these extra things too. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 5, and this thing feels very big, so I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. I want to thank everyone on my Patreon and my main channel for being contributors. It's always a big help because we get to see more scratch pieces together, right? I want to thank everyone for taking the time to check out my Rebrickable profile, seeing what kind of goodies I have out there. You can always download building guides. That's what it's for. You can download anything. Pretty soon I'll have my whole library up there, but it's not going to be for a while. And last but not least, if you're here just taking the time to watch my videos, that's also good too. It means a lot to me. And thank you kindly for subscribing, leaving comments, all that stuff, you know. And make sure to like, turn on the bell, and all that other annoying things that YouTube makes us do. And yeah, so right now we're going to be focusing our attention on 2 more minifigures. So we'll be here for another 15 minutes. I'm going to try to just do them both here. But this wig doesn't belong to her, or this head. So we're just going to have to just put... Oh, she's got 2 sides. We don't want her falling asleep at the airport. We want her time to go as slow as possible. We don't want her to be too happy and comfortable. What was it? I was watching a video one time of the unhoused and homeless. It was like a documentary on YouTube. And it's kind of a shame. It's kind of sad. There was people actually living in airports. Like literally just sleeping on the airport at night. Daytime they would go about their job. They would carry all their belongings with them. But at night, I guess because it's a safe place to sleep. And yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't have any of that pieces in gray. I don't think I do. This one doesn't have a lot of parts, but I think the stickers. Oh. We've seen that piece before. Somebody's obviously bringing some contraband on the airplane. Who's sneaking a Lego set on there? I like those printed Lego tiles. Those are always cool. Oh, something's obviously got green energy. So yeah, I was watching that and I thought, man, that's just kind of sad, you know. But that's how it is today. And I know somebody's going to say don't talk about that, but it's reality, folks. Unfortunately, we just have to deal with it. Not everybody's not everybody can do that. So let's take a look at our minifigures. No, ladies first. Not too bad, huh? I like that torso. She's ready to go on vacation. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. And then we got this gentleman here. Yeah, looks like he's an employee. And yeah, those 2 are done. And I gotta make sure to keep everything separate because when I do the thumbnail, I want to make sure I keep everything kind of grouped. Okay, now we're back to the main one here, and I do have a bunch of these, just not in this color. How bad is this stuff scratched? Alright, let me get the paper again, yeah. If I see any more things worse than that, I'm going to knock it down to a 7. I have no problem failing sets, Lego. It's getting ridiculous. Sometimes it's just dust. I rub them. Like this one here. Oh no, I thought this one was in good shape, but look right here. Right there. Okay, Lego, we're going to have to drop that baby down to a 7. You could have stopped that at any time. This one here's got some pits. Okay. Alright. Now back to the more important things. Oh, we don't have any glass for that? Is that just going to be a pass-through? I got so many of those window frames now. Oh, we're going to have to raise up the camera now. Whoopsie! I want to have you. I want you to see everything that I see, and I see everything you see. I don't think I'm going to be able to film another set after this. We'll see, though. These I can always use for making storage sheds or garages. Those are keepers. Yeah, I will be parting this one out. Of course, I will be playing with it until it disintegrates. Okay, let's take some more of our pitted glass. We're just raising the walls now on the second floor walls. Okay. I'm really surprised they have not made a round frame and you stick glass in them. Something like that would be cool. I mean, where you can stick a round piece in there, but I don't want to get my hopes up. That'll be scratched to oblivion. I know some people say I whine too much about it. Excuse me. Over $100 set, I shouldn't see that. I mean, most kids won't care. I care. Okay, so you got that round piece in there. Must be the break room. But more or less, though, if this was yellow... Oh, that almost flew off. If this was like a yellow version of this, I think this would look more interesting than white. I grew up in a different era where a lot of our white was not a really common color. It was mostly like red. Red for me, red and yellow were my most common Lego colors. Blue was kind of like a rare color. Black was extremely rare, like it is today. And yeah. Oh, it comes with the styrofoam mugs. Yeah, those are nice pieces to have. So obviously this is either the break room or the lounge, cafeteria. Depends on how you look at it here. Oh, I can't get that in there. Why can I not? Oh, there we go. Got a little partition there. So far, doing pretty good. And then some more of these. So some people ask me, where do I get my parts from? Sets like this. Okay, looks like we're building some kind of thing here. Maybe it's for packages. This could also be for freight, too. Maybe for confiscated stuff. We don't know. I hear that hard drive again. But right now, I am busy. Oh. Extra. Read all about it. And then, so you know what? I think this is for shipping packages. Because we got 2 newspapers here. Or, it dawned on me. A gift shop. I bet that's what that's for. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's a gift shop here. So we're selling a Lego set. So that's a good fit with the camper. It's vacation time. We all should be thinking about vacations. I don't dare mention that in my house. I keep that hush-hush. But here I can say it. Vacation time. Vacation, vacation, vacation. Let's get out of town. Let's go do something fun. Let's explore something. Let's go on an adventure. Who wants to sit at home and be bored? I know some people do. I don't. Because that's what work is for, right? Work, you can be bored as much as you want. That might be the cashier's counter. Okay. I mean, we're almost done with this one here. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. She's just taking a nice slow stroll. Yeah, but pieces that you have don't fit very well, wiggle them in. Just wiggle. Okay, just take them and you just kind of, it doesn't fit in, just rock them in place. So things will fit together. Okay, push that down in there. This is probably for the employee to stand. Okay, and we got ourselves another wall piece here with sticker number 9. 9 right there. I mean, yes, obviously this is the lounge and gift shop. Okay, that sits right there. I forgot to put that piece on the top. Whoops, don't do what I did. Also, the reason why I show my mistakes in here is so you know not to make the same mistakes I did. That's why I always leave them in there. Why do I leave my mistakes in my videos? To show that, hey, don't do what I did. You know, you don't have to follow exactly what I do. At the end of the day, it's your Lego set. You can build any way you want. And that's pretty much wraps that up there. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to turn our attention here because we're going to be working on that fancy truss thing that goes on the front. Now I have some of these in various colors. I never can find a use for them, but maybe this would be something useful here. Okay. And then, yeah. And then this snaps right in there. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, but this is really part of the play right here, is building. Some people say, the play, this is actually part of the play. Yes, building this set is play. Okay, put that on there like that. Now we got to line all this up and drop this down in here. Might be easier to just leave this plate off first and stick that in there, but that doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty cool, huh? Let me bring out that just a hair for you. And yeah, oh, I forgot to put these in here. Whoopsie. Well, we'll put them in now. She's getting close to the end of the line, folks. Okay, now it looks like we're putting in a header. I've got a 1x12 plate. Those are kind of getting to be more common. Actually, I've overflowed on 1x12s. I'm trying my best not to yawn in your ears. I slept okay last night. I mean, I slept 7 hours. That's pretty good. But and then we're putting the roof on here. Well, that doesn't go like that. It goes like that. I had it up like that. Well, I didn't want to make too many mistakes. You may have to reach your hand in here and kind of pinch this in a little bit, like right here, to really mush that down in there. Sometimes this stuff doesn't like going in very well, because if you don't, it's going to do that. And so I'm just going to pinch inside here like this. Just pinch it as best you can. Whoops, the glass is already coming out. Oh, that's not good, Lego. The build quality, I'm going to say, on this set is it's average. Haven't really experienced anything really fall off, but it's not nothing bad. The TV antenna, so we can receive all those extra channels like the cartoon channel. And there we go. Probably something for the airport, maybe to talk to the pilots. I don't think that's the radar. And now we got this that goes on the top here. And I got it backwards. Okay, and then this goes right here, 3 studs in. I have 1 tile remaining here. It's a white one. Oh, it's somebody's plane ticket. Whoops, you don't want to lose that. Now, who's losing their plane ticket here? This gentleman here. He lost his plane ticket. Well, no, he's already got it. Who's missing a plane ticket? Oh, she is. Oh, no, you won't be able to board the flight without that. I'm glad we found that when we did. That would have been very bad. She'd have to miss the plane. And that's the ticket right there. We've seen that before, but at least it's printed. I'm not dissatisfied with the printed parts here. Just the stickered ones. And that is what we have remaining for bag 5 and this build installment. And that is it. And that's what we have there. Not too bad at all. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. And yeah, it's just your typical Lego City set. I have nothing bad to say about it, but it's just, I'm not wowed by this one. The plane is pretty cool. I like those newer pieces. I mean, they're new to me, but this just feels like your typical Lego thing, you know. And we're going to go ahead and set this up right now. We'll leave that open, why not? So people know it's a sliding door. And I know, I don't know, I may film another one. I got about 20 minutes left after this, so I might be able to do another. I may be able to squeeze in a poly bag or something. I have to see here. But it's not bad for what we have there. So bags 4 and 5 do just that. That's essentially what you're getting there, is just this section here. Nothing too fancy, but it's fully playable so far. It's just your typical Lego City construction. I mean, it's nothing bad. Even if this was all printed, it's still the colors. The colors are just, it just seems too clean for me. If this was like yellow, it would look really cool, and this would have been red, this would have looked really fun. But the colors, I'm not feeling this one. But tell me what you think so far.